This is ABC7 News at 5. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. Our top story, kind of a raw winter day on the Suncoast.
Oh, it certainly was. Let's get straight to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with more on that chilly forecast. Bob?
Yeah, one of the coldest I can remember in some time, with that wind blowing out of the north at 15 to 20, just going right through the clothes and getting deep into your bones as a result of that north wind, and temperatures dropping down into the upper 30s to low 40s. It felt like 32 degrees this morning with that wind chill. The good news is that we are under no wind chill advisory tonight, but it's still going to be cool down to seasonal lows, which are in the low 50s for this time of year, but that's just going to be around one night as some very cold air is headed our way. Winter storm warning. You don't see this very often in Florida. It covers a good chunk of North Florida from Tallahassee all the way over to near Jacksonville. That's a winter storm warning, meaning they're going to see ice accumulations of up to 1 to 3 inches. Numerous power outages anticipated throughout this region. Trees down, or at least the branches and limbs down, as a result of that heavy weight of the ice that is expected to accumulate on the trees as well as on the power lines. On top of that, we have a winter weather advisory down south of that to Cedar Key, indicating that we'll see freezing temperatures here, along with the possibility of some freezing rain, and then also a wind chill advisory just to the west of Jacksonville, and including parts of Jacksonville all the way down into Gainesville tonight. So that wind chill advisory is gone for us temporarily. I think it'll be back tomorrow night and on Thursday morning. Right now, current temperature 54 degrees, 38 in Jacksonville. It's 42 into Tallahassee, and the wind chill's down into the upper 20s there. It's not a factor for us here as temperatures are above 50. Here's the futurecast. I want to show you this really quick. We're going to see some scattered showers starting to develop around sunrise tomorrow. Some of that rain could be moderate to heavy at times, especially to our north, but all this that you see right here is freezing rain expected to occur throughout the morning over North Florida. So if you have any trips planned northward along I-75, I-95, it is going to be treacherous throughout that region. Snow expected, some of it pretty heavy near Tallahassee. More on our weather forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. The drop in temperature also affecting businesses here on the Suncoast,
as well as other local tourist attractions where plants and animals are a priority. ABC7's Dwayne Lindo takes a look at how these businesses are getting through the cold snap.
On a normal day, owner of Surf Fit Rentals, Aaron Pollard, is giving lessons on paddleboarding and kayaking. But since last Sunday, things have changed.
All of a sudden, most people started leaving, and so that's kind of contributes to this, and then the cold weather just knocks it dead. This place turns into a ghost town.
Pollard, who usually operates on Lido Key, says there's usually a drop in revenue for business when temperatures get this low.
When it does get cold, even the hint of cold, that's when people stop calling.
Except for one tourist visiting from Chicago.
The cold is not deterring us, but evidently the wind is causing us to have a low tide here.
We feel, oh, it's raining or it's really cold and nobody's going to show up, and to our surprise, they show up.
Over at Selby Gardens, the visitors are pouring in. The cold has kept visitors out of beaches and straight into their doors. But the primary goal is to protect their outdoor plants.
What we do is we cover them on site.
Director of Glasshouse Collections, Angel Lara, says many of these tropical plants can take the cold weather for a short period of time, but still needs to be protected from not only the cold, but wind.
We do sometimes even sleeve our plants, where we'll cover them with some overwintering cloths, in a sense. But again, is to alleviate that wind. So that wind is what we're mostly particularly worried about.
Even Jungle Gardens, one of Sarasota's tourist attractions, has seen an increase in visitors due to the weather. The key for the staff is protecting their animals.
We usually will increase bedding for them, increase caloric intake for them, offer more food. We also provide heaters, heat lamps, heat generators.
And although Jungle Gardens protects their animals to the fullest, visitors are still able to interact with the other animals that they do have available, the flamingos, parrots, and alligators.
Dozens of homeless people in Sarasota County are taking advantage of cold weather policy at the Salvation Army. Major Chuck Whitten says they have an additional 66 people spend the night, and they expect even more tonight and through the rest of the week. He says when the weather gets below 40 degrees, they waive their usual $12 nightly fee, and they plan to waive it throughout the week if the temperatures remain low.
If it's a danger to folks to be out in the cold, then we do have the shelter operate as a cold weather shelter, which is different from normal operation, just in the fact that people can come in free of charge to escape the elements.
Two other shelters in South Sarasota County will open Wednesday afternoon and evening. Grace United Methodist Church in Venice and New Hope Community Church in Northport. In Manatee County, the Salvation Army is open, as well as Turning Points on 17th Avenue West in Bradenton. And it's not just people who are suffering from the cold weather. Animals are also trying to stay warm in these low temperatures. Manatee County Animal Services is asking for donations of gently used blankets and towels to help keep the animals warm. Donations can be dropped off at the Palmetto Shelter. Animal Services also reminding pet owners to keep their animals inside during the cold days and nights ahead.
A follow-up on a Venice arson investigation. Two separate fires at the same place on Christmas Day caught the eye of fire officials. Then this past weekend, another fire was set at the same location as the two before, bringing the total to 7 vehicles that were damaged. The Venice Police Department says they have interviewed a suspect and witnesses, but no charges have been filed.
Typically, an offender will go to the scene, commit an arson or some type of crime, and then that's it. They'll disappear and not return. In this case, to come back 2 additional times is unique and also troublesome.
The Venice Police Department is increasing patrols in the area as they continue to investigate the fires. Meanwhile, firefighters in Palmetto battling flames at a clam hatchery this morning. The call came in just after 8 a.m. from the 1700 block of Bayshore Drive. No injuries were reported and crews were able to put the fire out, but a hazmat inspector had to do a walkthrough of the hatchery to see if there were any issues. The cause of that fire is still under investigation.
Punta Gorda's new police chief beginning her new job today. Chief Pamela Davis comes from the Baltimore Police Department, where she worked as Director of Professional Development and Training. Davis is the first female chief to serve for the city. She replaces former Chief Tom Lewis, who was fired last summer. His dismissal came about a year after one of his officers accidentally shot and killed a woman during a citizens training exercise. That officer's manslaughter trial will likely begin later this year. Free Surrey rides along the Legacy Trail will start up again next week. This makes it easier for visitors with mobility challenges to experience the Legacy Trail. Volunteers will take passengers on a 45-minute Surrey trip from Laurel Park on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, beginning January 9th through March 28th. Those rides begin at 10 a.m. and also at 11 and noon. Pre-registration is required. Space is limited to 4 people per ride. Groups will meet at the Sandra Sims Terry Community Center in Laurel Park. The Surrey, by the way, was donated by Sarasota County in an effort to promote the Legacy Trail and other county parks.
ABC7 business commentator Richard Stern joining us now. Richard, I understand it was a very strong start to the new year on Wall Street.
Well, Happy New Year to both of you. Happy New Year to our viewers, and a Happy New Year to investors. It doesn't get a whole lot better. We see records again, 2 new records today. I don't recall seeing triple-digit gains in more than one index. But we saw a triple-digit gain for the Dow and a triple-digit gain for the NASDAQ. The FANG stocks are very strong. That's Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google. Put it all together, and yes, indeed, records flow. Let's take a look at the very first trading day of the year, and impressive it is. There you see the Dow up almost 105 points. That's not a record, but it is up 0.4% at 24,824.01. That on a volume of 808 million shares. Now here's the NASDAQ. I don't recall a triple-digit gain. It's probably happened, but up 103 points, 1.5% in one day, and the first time ever above 7,000. Obviously new record, 7,006.90. That on volume of 1,965,000,000 shares. And the S&P, a new record as well, up 22 points, more than 0.8%, 2,695.79. Well, it's certainly a terrific start to the new year, but let's take a look at a year that, boy, oh boy, you talk about terrific. Let's take a minute and just take a look back at the year 2017. The Dow closed at 24,719.22, a gain for the year of more than 28%. Now, let's remember, normal is about 8 to 9% on an average basis, so we're talking 28%, 71 records during the course of the year. And obviously just a terrific year. The Dow started the year below 19,000, 20,000, 21, all the way up to close to 25,000. Now the NASDAQ, which was very strong today, well, as you see, it was very strong all of last year, up almost 30%. Again, On average, you're probably looking at 10 to 12% if there's such a thing as normal. 6,903.39 was the close, and over 7,000 today. And last but not least, let's take a look at the Standard & Poor's 500 index. Not too shabby, as they say, up 22% for the year. Again, average is probably between 8 and 9%. 2673.61 was the close. Again, a new record today. And Jacqueline and Scott, I have to tell you, I've been doing this, well, I've been doing the TV side for 30 years. I've been in the investment business for 42 years. And I don't recall these kinds of numbers. It's just a whole lot of fun, and I'm sure people who are invested in the market are having a lot of fun right along with us.
Pretty remarkable for sure. This time of year, Richard, people are thinking about, okay, the holidays are over, time to lose some weight that was put on during the holidays. And you've got some news tonight on Weight Watchers.
Yeah, Scott, you nailed it. That's exactly right. Up 8% just today, and certainly everybody's going on a diet, or many people are going on a diet, and Weight Watchers, the apparent beneficiary. 8% in one day is pretty impressive. Thank you, Oprah and company.
Absolutely. Richard, thanks so much for the update.
You're very welcome.
Happy New Year.
Same.
Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, the Miss America organization undergoing big changes in 2018. We'll hear from a former Miss America about why they're necessary.
And Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast, plus a few tips to help you stick to those New Year's resolutions.
The ABC7 Stock Report is brought to you by Sunset Cadillac.
We are problem solvers striving for answers. Relevancy on every platform. We are driven to create content that's compelling, engaging, where it matters. We are neighbors that care about solutions, believers in making a difference, leaders, innovating in an exciting era of multimedia, reaching to always be the gold standard in our evolving landscape. We are Raycom Media. Find your opportunity today.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Winter White event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Winter White event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Some big changes to the Miss America organization to start off the new year. Last month, a former pageant executive came forward with sexist emails sent by the organization's chairman, Sam Haskell. Former Miss America Mallory Hagan says she knew the derogatory conversations and statements were happening about her, around her, but she was not able to come forward due to a lack of proof. We spoke to Hagan today through Skype. Hagan claims Haskell and other board members were using the nonprofit program to criticize former title holders.
We're seeing the Me Too movement really take off, and we're seeing a lot of women come forward with their stories. And while this wasn't technically sexual harassment, it is still harassment, and it's creating a culture of abuse.
Haskell and 3 board members stepped down after the emails went public. Hagan says the truth came to light because a man spoke out for these women and says more men need to take a stand in the fight against sexual harassment. The Miss America pageant organization now has a new leader, and it is a familiar face. Former Fox News anchor and Miss America 1989, Gretchen Carlson, has been named chairwoman of the organization effective immediately. This is the first time a former winner has served as the leader of the organization. One local Miss America affiliate is pleased with the change.
Gretchen's already had an amazing career, so we love the fact that she's got such great experience and exposure in the entertainment industry, but also she is really relatable, and she, if you reach out to her, even on social media, she has been very receptive to people asking questions, and so she's not only had this great achievement, but she's also very accessible.
In addition to Carlson's appointment, 3 other former Miss Americas were also named to the board of directors. A positive change there. And wow, just the windy weather today was what made it feel 10 degrees colder, maybe?
Bone-chilling wind right there. I was walking the dog this morning, posted it on Facebook, and a lot of people are reporting how cold it was out there, and on top of a roof trying to look at an air conditioner that wasn't working properly. A lot of people are having problems with their heater, you know, and there's a lot of calls right now because heaters are kicking on and not blowing out the warm air that they need. So again, a very cold start to this morning. Things were chilly. We had wind chills in the low 30s. Now, as reported 11 o'clock last night, we showed some video of what appeared to be snow. We said more than likely it was wind-driven, looks like a light rainfall that was moving up. That's what snow does sometimes, very light in nature. And sure enough, the National Weather Service finally stating that to fact, but so many people have sent it in. I don't want to spoil their nice dream of having some snow for this area, but nonetheless, it looks like it was a light rain, like I said. Lakewood Ranch webcam showing a lot of clouds around. The evening planner looks like this. We'll have some clouds, not nearly as cold. The low temperatures will be a little bit warmer than this morning. It'll be into the upper 40s to low 50s. So once we get to about 49, temperatures could actually start to warm up a bit during the early morning hours. So we're looking for lows right around 50 degrees for overnight readings. So no real factor in terms of that wind being that bone-chilling wind like we saw this morning. Rain already starting to develop along the East Coast. We have a developing storm system now moving through the northern Gulf of Mexico, which is going to cause all sorts of travel headaches for people heading northward on I-75 and 95 in Florida. Look at this snow as far south as the Gulf of Mexico in southern Louisiana tonight. You can see that snow falling there. It's been snowing there for the last hour or so as it pushes off to the east. This is the system that's going to bring up to maybe 1 inch to 2 inches of snowfall into Tallahassee beginning tomorrow morning just after sunrise and continuing up until about noon. And also freezing rain, treacherous driving conditions. Snow you can deal with, but freezing rain is really quite dangerous as well as snow, but more so I think the freezing rain because branches can fall, power lines can fall as a result of the weight of the ice, and this is going to be a concern. We could see up to 1 to 3 inches of accumulation on some of the trees and poles there across North Florida into southeast Georgia. So I know some folks on social media had said they're going to go traveling north to see the snow for their kids and bring their kids along, but be careful. If you're heading up there, it's going to be treacherous road conditions. On the East Coast, with that wind coming in from the Atlantic, they have a coastal flood watch. We're talking surf up to 12 to 15 feet high in some cases, and again, those waves crashing ashore will cause flooding problems and concerns from Indiantown northward to Fort Pierce, Melbourne, all the way up into looks like Daytona Beach. Wind chill advisory along the East Coast, but not for us. No wind chill advisory for us tonight, and we are expecting low temperatures to be much milder. Get a look at this. This is something promising. So these are high temperatures projected by one model, staying cool for the next several days through Saturday. And then notice what happens. We bounce back up to 70 by Sunday and even on Monday, mid-70s. So things are going to warm up pretty quickly here. Right now we have 54 degrees. That's same as the wind chill because 50-degree temperatures, it's not a problem. Northeast winds at 13 miles an hour. The pressure at 30-15. That's high and continues to arise. Right now 42 degrees in Tallahassee. It's 38 in Jacksonville. You factor in the wind, it's 35 in Tallahassee, 28 in Jacksonville. Not a problem for Central and South Florida. And it looks as though we will see tomorrow's high temperatures will still be cool, though, only into the mid to upper 50s. So it's going to be another raw day, especially in the morning. We'll have clouds and showers in the morning, so commuters be aware of that. It will be windy, too. Cloudy skies throughout much of the morning, tapering off and then turning breezy and much cooler again for tomorrow night, with low temperatures expected to be well below average by Thursday morning. Small craft advisory remains in effect tonight. Choppy conditions out there on the waters, and looks like that will be the case again. Not as cold tonight, mostly cloudy, breezy, north winds at 15 to 20, low temperatures pretty close to seasonal averages. Now here's the 7-day forecast. So a high tomorrow of 58, morning rainfall. It turns clearing and cold on Thursday, a high of only 58. Look at this low on Friday morning, 35, and there'll be wind chill advisories for that morning, as well as Saturday morning at 34, and then we start that warming trend as we head into Sunday afternoon. More on your weather coming up a little bit later. Back to you guys.
All right, Bob, thank you. Now to first alert traffic. Roads looking mostly clear at this hour. We're seeing some red on the map on the barrier islands right near Bradenton Beach as you head north there. But the interstate, I-75, looking clear at this hour. Just some little slowdowns near University Parkway, but otherwise all green on the map. Jacqueline?
In health news tonight, a new study shows almost half of the nation's largest public universities don't track suicides. That's according to a study released by the Associated Press. Prevention advocates say the lack of information makes it impossible for schools to measure success and find trends that can be used to save lives. Some states like New Jersey and Pennsylvania are pushing for better data collection at the colleges, but nothing has been written into law yet. And it can be hard for many people to stick to their New Year's resolutions, but we do have some tips and tricks to help make it easier. First, believe in yourself and your ability to succeed. Next, remember that New Year's Eve is the starting line. But keeping resolutions is a marathon, not a sprint. So whatever you want to accomplish, make sure you engage in this behavior over a period of time. And even if you are a skeptic, respect those resolutions. Psychologists note that the simple act of just making resolutions makes you 10 times more likely to successfully change your behavior. Coming up, the Coast Guard makes a life-saving rescue on the Florida Panhandle, and it's all caught on camera. And a ferry ride sets sail through the icy waters of Lake Superior, how they're dealing with the cold temperatures up north.
My name is Stephen Campagna. We're Ben Gates and Dramus, and here is your law tip of the week. If you've been arrested in the state of Florida, the state attorney's office is already working on your prosecution. It's time to work on your defense. So give us a call. We've got your back.
During the past 10 years, Tidewell Hospice volunteers have provided more than 1 million hours of service. They sit with patients, giving caregivers a break. They work in offices. They take their furry friends on pet therapy visits. They even clown around. Every task performed by a volunteer makes a difference in the lives of our patients and their families. Join Tidewell's volunteer team. They're truly 1 in a million. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
There's nothing like this trail in Alabama. It just goes from the northern part of the state to the southern part of the state. We see all kind of different terrains, great value, great fun. We've been coming for 18 years. We started off with a group of 8, grew to 12, and grew to 16. And we love it because where else can you get world-class golf courses with world-class accommodations? To be able to play these type of courses in this environment, and the difficulty keeps us coming back over and over and over again.
Are you a food lover, restaurant goer, or home cook? Then check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, and helpful step-by-step videos. And you'll love the restaurant guide with direct links to your favorite Suncoast eateries. Whether you're cooking in or dining out, whet your appetite with tasty tips from Chef Judy at mysuncoast.com/dining. Tonight on ABC7 News at 7.
I can't tell you how many families just cannot afford health care, and the costs are rising. Just seeing that large amount of children uninsured suddenly would be devastating.
The Children's Health Insurance Program, it helps children of low-income families, but the funds are getting low. What does that mean? I'm Alan Cohn. We'll have you covered at the Trapezoid.
Tonight on ABC7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Looking for something fun to do on a Friday night? Then come to Music on Main, the first Friday of every month at Lakewood Ranch. Enjoy free live music, dancing, great food, and lots of fun for every family member, even the furry ones. Meet up with friends, enjoy activities for the kids, or make it a special date night. And be sure to stop by the ABC7 booth and say hello. Mark your calendars for Music on Main, first Friday of the month, 6 to 9 at Lakewood Ranch. Brought to you by ABC7 and these sponsors. Download the all-new ABC7 First Alert weather app now.
A deadly shooting from Nashville, Tennessee, where police say a 12-year-old girl shot and killed a 16-year-old girl. Investigators believe the two snuck out of the apartment that belongs to the 12-year-old's grandmother. Police say they went to a nearby parking lot, stole a gun from an unlocked vehicle, and then went back to the apartment. That's where the shooting happened. Police say the 12-year-old is now being charged at juvenile court with criminal homicide.
An incredible Coast Guard rescue all caught on video. It happened Saturday in Panama City in the Florida Panhandle. Coast Guard members rescued an 89-year-old man whose car went into the water. The crew members had to break a car window to free the man. The driver was in stable condition after his rescue. And a photographer in Wisconsin caught this video this morning of a ferry ride through the ice. The Island Queen ferry was sailing through Lake Superior. It was the first trip of the day, and the ferry was literally crunching through the ice. You can kind of hear it there. He said he was only outside for about a minute because it was -7 degrees. Wow.
Here's another cold story. About 2,000 bundled up runners on a frozen river doubled as a race course. The Ice Marathon was part of a New Year's celebration in northeast China. Those taking part faced temperatures as low as -15 degrees. That didn't stop, though, the runners from China, Russia, and other countries from participating. The frozen runway is now recognized by the Chinese Athletics Association.
Okay, I always thought the polar plunges were crazy, but that is, well, that might take it a little step further. Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, the U.S. Supreme Court strives to make children's rights a top priority.
And if you've been wondering why tomatoes may have been a little pricier lately, Hurricane Irma is to blame.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Winter White event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Sarasota Institute of Lifetime Learning begins its 47th season on Monday, January 8th in Sarasota, Venice, and Lakewood Ranch. Meet Warren Jones, pianist to the world's best-known stars on Monday, January 15th, and Chris Hill, career diplomat and 4-time ambassador on Tuesday, January 16th. 72 global issues lectures by renowned experts, 24 musical conversations with great performers. Subscriptions available now. Single event tickets at the door. For more information and to purchase season tickets, visit SILLSarasota.org.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Our nation's servicemen and women show great courage and leadership both on and off the battlefield. When they transition to civilian life, they can apply the skills and values they learned in the military to the workplace. That's why the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes is urging employers everywhere to be smart, bet on a vet. Hiring a veteran is also a great way to show your appreciation for them. To learn more, call 1-888-44-SALUTE.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Winter White event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.